wondered. What if it means danger? Benny jumped on his bike, pedaling as fast as he could until he caught up with the others. As the sun moved higher in the sky, the bike path took a sharp curve along a creek. That's when the children saw the manor. The dirty stone building stood like a castle on the next hill. Henry stuck his right arm out and down. It was their signal to stop. The Aldens stared at the giant house. A dark cloud passed over it. Benny's heart thumped as the house fell into the shadow of the cloud. One corner of Wyntham Manor was a huge stone tower. Violet pointed to the top.
"Look at that big window," she said. "It's like the tower where Rapunzel let down her hair." "The whole house looks like something out of a fairy tale," said Jessie.
"Or a scary movie,"
said Benny.
"with ghosts."
"Wyntham Manor is not scary," said Jessie. "It's just old."
"How do you know?"
Benny asked.
"Because," said Jessie, "Grandfather would never send us any place like that."
Henry smiled.
"I wouldn't let anything hurt my favorite little brother, not even some old ghost."
Jessie knew how to move Benny's mind away from ghosts.
"I could use some water and a snack before we bike up that hill," she said.
"Me too,"
said Benny, opening his backpack. He still wasn't sure about ghosts, but he was sure he was hungry. Benny unwrapped a fig bar and started talking about his 100-day project again. Jessie sighed.
"Benny, you're really going to have to choose a project soon."
She tore open a small bag of pretzels.
"Maybe it won't be perfect, but it has to be something."
Benny stuck out his jaw.
"It's not my fault I was sick when the 100-day project started,"
he said.
"By the time I got back to school, all the good ideas were taken."
Benny folded the entire cookie into his mouth.
"I tried to give you 100 buttons," said Jessie, "and Violet offered 100 colored pencils, and Henry said you could pick out 100 nails."
Benny tried to speak, but his mouth was too full. Henry laughed.
"What did you say?"
"Benny,"
whispered Violet,
"you should finish chewing before you talk."
Benny chewed and chewed. Then he swallowed.
"I want my project to be something really, really different,"
he said finally. The children ate their snacks in silence. This was going to be one project Benny would have to figure out for himself. When they finished, Jessie collected their garbage into a bag to throw away later. She looked around at the blue creek and the green trees and the big manor on the next hill. It gave her an idea.
"If we have time," she said, "I'd like Violet to take a few photos for my blog."
Jessie's blog was called Where in Greenfield. Every week she posted a photo of something around town, a treehouse, a playground, a statue. Her readers sent in guesses about where in Greenfield the photo was taken. The next week, Jessie blogged the answer and posted a new photo. She thought the creek would be the perfect place for this week's entry. Henry checked his watch and said,
"Okay, let's meet back here in 15 minutes.
Violet pulled her camera from her bike basket. Jessie took out the notebook and pen she always carried in her pocket. As the girls went exploring, the boys took off their shoes and socks and waded into the creek. A swarm of tadpoles darted away.
"I could bring 100 tadpoles for my project,"
said Benny. Henry laughed.
"You'd have to catch 'em first."
He picked up a flat stone and skipped it across the water. The stone skipped 5 times. He found another stone for Benny.
"Hold it sideways like this,"
said Henry. He moved Benny's fingers around the edges. Benny's first stone sank. But after a few tries, Benny could skip a stone 2 and 3 times. For a while, Benny forgot about the project. But when they stopped skipping stones, the thoughts came back.
"I'll never have a good idea,"
he said.
"Never, ever, ever."
"Sometimes,"
said Henry,
"when I have a problem I can't solve, I just stop thinking about it."
"Huh?"
said Benny.
"I know it sounds strange,"
Henry said.
"but when I ignore my problem, I get busy doing other things."
"Like what?"
asked Benny.
"Like building that new doghouse for Watch, or fixing Grandfather's